Tuesday to you. For Topic Tuesday today, we are going to talk about how to apply a pigment wet. Whatever. So this question, I can't even tell you how many times I've been asked this question since I have done, multiple discussions on the BareMinerals Loose Mineral Shadows. And I just recently did a review on the Ulta Pure Color Pigments, I think is what they're called. For the purposes of this video, I just picked the BareMinerals Loose Eyeshadow. The one that I show you, I think I tell you in the demo as well, is in Snazzy, but just one of my favorites. But this obviously would apply for any color or anything. I didn't demo how to use it as a liner. The process is the same. You just would simply use a liner brush. But I can do that. I probably will do that in a different video down the line. So I just focused on how I applied this as an eyeshadow. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is I'll show you the brushes. I talked about them in the video, but just in case you want to be prepared before the demo, I'm wiping it off a little bit, a MAC 242 on one eye. I used a MAC 239 on the other eye. And I used the top of a Bath & Body Works candle because that's how it works. And I also used some Fix Plus as my medium. So we'll go ahead and cut to that and then we'll come back and talk about it some more. Okay, so there are a couple of different ways that you can apply a pigment wet to your lid. It is completely personal preference, up to you, but I will show you the two different ways that I have done it in the past. My preferred way is to I just use some sort of surface. So this is a Bath & Body Works top of a candle that I clean on a regular basis. And then this is MAC Fix Plus. And you could use water, whatever your preference. I use Fix Plus. And so I will just spray it directly to my little thing here. So there's just a little bit on there. And I just do that so that I can get the brush a little bit wet. And I always have a towel in my lap. So I just kind of, I don't know. And then I'll brush it off on the towel once. And then I go I'll put a little bit into the lid. And this is Snazzy. This is a little bit more than I wanted into the lid, but that's right. So you put a little in the lid. And then I just pick up some pigment like that. And either on the top of the lid or on my hand, I just kind of try to make sure that it's married together. So you can see I lose some of the pigment on that's just what I do. And then I have primer on my eyes already. And then I also have the Jordana Continuous Almond Stick. It's the same kind of primer combo that I do for anything. And then I just pat it right on my lid. And I find this to be the least messy procedure. And this is a MAC 242. I'm just grabbing a little bit more pigment and a little bit more Fix Plus and going back of my hand like this. And just making sure I have, I have enough on there. Man, I love this color. Okay, so I just kind of do my base color like that. Now, okay, so on the other eye, I'm just going to show you the other way that I have done it in the past. And that is, I'm using MAC 239 because I only have one MAC 242 and it's already damp. So you can use this brush as well. It's just personal preference. I'm going to go about, let me see if I can show you, about this far away from it. I'm going to turn it away so it's not. And just spray it a little bit. I always wipe off the ferrule because I don't like to see water on the ferrule. OCD much game. And then again into the cap. And then on my hand. And then you can pat it on. I just find that this way it takes a little bit more work to get the right consistency, that's all. And I really feel like the 242 just works better. It really is my preference of what brush to use. And whether it's any pigment, any loose pigment at all, I just really feel like it works better. I don't know. It just is. It gives me a cleaner line, that sort of thing. So we're just going to touch up over this one with that one. So the dual part of this, I'm so tricky. is that you can use the same color to kind of be as your crease color, because it's not going to be as intense when it is used dry as it is wet. So I'm just going to grab, I'm just trying to decide what brush I'm going to grab here. I'm going to grab the Peau crease brush. You could use this for anything. This is kind of the one that's nice and fluffy, but has a little bit more of a precise point to it. Again, I'm just going into the cap and I'm going to tap that off. Lots of tappage going on there. And then going into the crease. And that will just help to blend that out. Blend out the line of the wet. Pigment. Spit it out, game. And it just helps to transition up a little bit. And it kind of gives you, well, I was going to say it gives you kind of that one shadow ability, but it is actually a one shadow. I mean, really. Okay, so that just kind of, you know, smooths out that line. And it doesn't matter to me, even if I'm doing sort of a one shadow look, which is, you know, what this is, I will still use something like Guerlain, Blanc type, Socialite, something like that as my brow bone highlight. So I'm going to take a Smashbox number 3 brush and just use a little Blanc type up there. I just always do that. Bring it down in here. Okay. All right, so that is the look. Again, I just did the 2 different ways. They, in theory, should look the same. I'm going to add just a little bit of a brown, a deeper brown to kind of deepen things out and beneath the lower lash line, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful for you guys in some way. Like I said, I have been asked this question a whole bunch of times, and they are kind of messy. I mean, I definitely understand the question, because you just have to find your own sort of rhythm in how to use them to make them not quite as messy. So, but again, I completely understand the question. and again, I hope it was helpful. On the rest of my face today, I have same base as I have been using. I have the Rockateur blush, and the other shades that I added after I went off camera was the Cargo single shade in Columbia. I just did that on the outer corner and pulled that underneath my lash line. And I think the only other thing I did was add some eyeliner, and I used the Bobbi Brown gel, Longwear gel eyeliner in Mahogany ink, which is just a nice deep brown. And on my lips today, I have the Tarte Amazonian, Tarte Lipsurgence in Glitzy on my lips. And I think that is it. Just a nice simple look today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.